In Week 1, Miami routinely deployed 2 deep safeties, basically asking the Chargers to run. They answered with 234 yards on the ground and a 5.9 yard per attempt average. This is an offense that has Justin Herbert and still ran the ball 40 times, 5 of which were carries by Herbert. Now comes a Tennessee defense that surrendered the fewest rushing yards in the league last season. The 2022 Titans gave up only 9 rushing touchdowns. The Chargers ran for 3 scores against the Dolphins. They have big guys up front, Chargers coach Brandon Staley said. They have solid edges. They have linebackers and safeties who can tackle. In its Week 1 loss, Tennessee permitted just 69 yards on 27 rushes to New Orleans. The Saints ran for first downs only twice. That means this could be a game where the Chargers turn back to Herbert, who did throw for 313 yards against the Titans in Week 15 last season. But Herbert also was picked off twice in that game and failed to throw a touchdown pass as the Chargers won late 17-14. He did engineer the game-winning drive, going 52 yards and 44 seconds to set up Cameron Dicker's 43-yard field goal in the final 10 seconds. While the Chargers enter Sunday hoping for a bounce-back game from their pass defense, Tennessee might be readying to unleash a furious ground game with Derrick Henry. One of the NFL's biggest bruisers, Henry carried only 15 times in Week 1, gaining 63 yards. He also caught 2 passes for 56 yards on a day when the Titans failed to score a touchdown in a 16-15 loss at New Orleans. Staley called Henry one of the big engines for their offense, a fact Henry proved 9 months ago at SoFi Stadium by totaling 163 scrimmage yards, 104 rushing, 59 receiving. Another reason Tennessee could be looking to run Henry more in its home opener. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill completed fewer than half his passes, 16 of 34, and had 3 intercepted last weekend. Tannehill has reached 300 yards passing 25 times in his career but only once over his last 19 games. Then again, having witnessed the Chargers' dreadful attempt to stop the Dolphins and quarterback Tua Tagovailoa in Week 1, perhaps coach Mike Vrabel will give Tannehill the bigger bounce-back opportunity. Dicker had a perfect Week 1, making both field goal attempts and all 4 extra-point tries. He also set a career regular season record by hitting a 50-yarder. Each of Dicker's 7 kickoffs went for a touchback. Speaking of perfect, Nick Folk went 5 for 5 in Tennessee's opener. Folk, 38, is in his 16th season and with his 5th team. When Folk made his NFL debut in 2007, Dicker was 7 years old. Read more. Chargers defense eyes chance for redemption against Titans team on 8-game skid. There's every reason to think the Chargers will prevail in this game. Forecast to be playoff contenders, they had an overwhelmingly also-ran showing last weekend. Trusting this Titans team to put together a winning performance is risky at best. Still, at some point, Vrabel has to right this ship, correct? He's too good of a coach, right? But can the Chargers still be considered postseason worthy after starting 0-2? Well, we're going to find out. Titans 23, Chargers 22. Read more. NFL Week 2 picks. Can Rams upset 49ers? Chargers or Titans, who will remain winless?